How many of you want to live in a tiny house off-grid? Capture your own rainwater in a huge rain catchment system. Run all of your electricity needs completely off solar. Finance your land for 10 years and get it paid off quicker if possible. Yes, there's still going to be land taxes. Welcome to America. But your cost of living is almost going to be nothing compared to what you're paying now. I still ain't bought into the electric car thing yet. So some of the big questions are, how did you do it? How do you live off-grid? Okay, so what did I do? How did I do it? In 2013, I got online and I started looking for land for sale. What I was really looking for was off-grid land or just hunting land. It didn't take long and I found some desert land in West Texas that was really cheap. After doing a little investigation on the rainfall only being about 12 inches a year, I decided against that, and I figured out that's pretty much why the property was so cheap. So I literally Googled up, where's the best place to live off-grid in the United States? Not only did I find what I was looking for, I was told the counties that were the best in the United States to go off-grid in. Okay, Google, good off-grid property in this certain county. And guess what I found? We finance land ourselves, in-house finance. No credit, bad credit, nothing needed, just your down payment. So being a man with bad credit at the time, what do you think I did? So I got on their website and I looked up the counties I was talking about. Found several properties in those counties. And you know, a lot of this stuff is old logging land that had already been logged. I mean, it didn't bother me. It was beautiful. The owners of the company and the property were so nice that they said if you want to, and you have an RV or a tent or something like that, you can actually go out there and pitch your tent or pull your RV out there to stay a few days and see how you like it. See if you want to buy it. Well, I know this part right here doesn't sound good if you got good credit, but it sounds great if you were in a situation like I was in. It's 10% annual interest. If you do the math on that and you understand what that is, it's kind of tough, but I did it. 10 years has gone by. I've done a whole lot of improvements and I paid it off. Not only did I pay it off, I put that tiny house on it, and I did a bunch of, whoops, that's a little done. So I did a bunch of other things that was good for a hunting property. And I thought, man, if things ever went bad in the United States and we went to war or we had civil unrest or anything like that, my property would be the perfect place to be. I'm glad I got this thing. So that was my kind of train of thought. Needless to say, I eventually paid it off. I got the deed. And I know you're like, well, how can I do this? Okay, well, first off, you have to pick what state you want to be in and what state you want to do this in. Second off, I would do my research on what states have the least regulations of living off-grid. Which states will actually let you capture rainwater. Which states will actually let you use solar panels. Which states will actually let you dig your own well if you desire to. Did I mention which state has the lowest property taxes? Look, man, I'm not saying I did it perfect. I'm not even saying I did it the way you would do it. What I'm saying is, this is how I did it, and this is a way that you can try for yourself. When I made the short video about it, it was blowing up, and it still is blowing up. And that's the reason why I'm making this video here, because I want to answer some of y'all's questions that you have. I mean, I don't want this all to my own. If this can help somebody out, I mean, I want other people to do the same thing. I want other people to live their life, have a good life. You work 30, 35 years to pay off a house, a mortgage nowadays, and then you pay $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 a year in taxes for that house after it's paid. It seems like a lot of times it's people's dream to just have a small cabin out on a bunch of acreage, or just to have a small cabin out on 5 acres. People would be happy with that. That's what I keep hearing anyways. Now, let's get into some of the details of how I did it. Okay, true story. A lot of you didn't believe, but this house cost me right at $8,400. I went and I paid cash for it. I bought a travel trailer for $3,000. I fixed it up and I turned it for $8,500. So I went straight down and bought this house. This house was a shell. It has no interior. It's just a shell, if you know what that is. Now I'm going to show you where you get these type of houses. Do you ever look on the side of the road and you see those shed to house type things? Or even you see buildings like Graceland, or places where you see them building a shed, and usually it's in the county and they've got them lined up on some property, and you're driving down the highway and you see a few of them lined up out there for sale. Well, that's what we kind of got going on here. I'm not saying that you can get this house for $8,400 anymore. That was 2 years ago. But you might be able to get one similar like it for about $10,000 or $12,000. You don't have to have credit to get one of these, and you don't have to have the cash to get one. They let you make payments on them. You just put a down payment and they'll deliver it. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not even saying that you have to live off grid, but you can buy a property like this and you can have it as a hunting property, and you can just keep it for hunting. And I guess if things went bad and that TF thing happens, I guess you could go out there and take your family out there and maybe prepare in that kind of sense, So what is the status of my batteries now at about 3 p.m.? Let's check it out and see. I don't know if you can see it or if there's too much of a glare, but it says 329 watts are coming in and the batteries are in float, sitting at 6.1 amps. 54 volts is where it's at. It's basically telling us that the house is being ran completely off of the solar panels right now, and we're only pulling 328 watts. And the batteries are just totally topped off. They're sitting here totally floating. Nothing's being pulled from the batteries. Everything that's being pulled in the house, like the refrigerator and the fan and the other things, electric water pump and all that, whenever it turns on, all those things are being ran right now by the solar panels themselves. A few people have been asking, will it run the air conditioner? Yes, it'll run the air conditioner, especially during the daytime. It has no problem at all running the air conditioner. The air conditioner pulls about 550 watts, and we're bringing in 3,200 watts when we need it. So yeah, it has no problem running the refrigerator, the air conditioner, the fan, and several other things. Whatever you want to run, it'll run. I run my power tools when I'm out working. I run my shop and my shop lights and any tools that I have in the shop. So yeah, I'm not gonna lie, it's a peaceful place to be, and it's a nice place to call home. It's a nice place to kick back and relax. It's a beautiful day out here today. The wife's not here today. I kind of wish she was. She would enjoy this weather. A lot of people keep asking about that garden. Yes, I want to do a garden someday. Yes, but I don't have a garden yet. I don't have animals yet and all that. And yes, someday I want to have animals, and especially chickens and things like that, where we can have our own eggs. But I'm just not to that point yet. Okay, let's check out some details on my rainwater catchment system. So this is the 6,000 gallon water tank that I harvest the rainwater in. I got this tank on a trade for a golf cart for $200. I towed it about 250 miles on a 16-foot trailer. These are the gutters and the gutter guards, which you can see are clearly doing their job this year. And this is where it comes together and runs into the tank. On the back side of the water tank here is the water pump house. This has my pump, filter, and water pressure tank inside it. Small black tank that you see is a 500 gallon overflow tank. This water tank full would weigh about 40,000 pounds. I shock it twice a year with about 4 gallons of bleach each time, depending on how much rain has been flowing through it. I installed the wood stove in this chimney pipe. I got the wood stove used for about $200. The chimney parts were really expensive. They cost me about $600, and I mean, this is me doing all this myself. I appreciate all y'all watching. If you do leave a comment, I answer almost every one of them back. The rude and crude ones I don't really answer back, but I like to answer back to everybody and talk to everybody and stay interactive with everybody. So if you want to leave a comment, more than likely I'm going to respond to you. Okay guys, until next time, we'll see you later.